Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we'll be talking about the Dallas Mavericks and what we should expect from them from the rest of the season and who should they add. And I want to acknowledge, yes, I've heard that allegedly the Dallas Mavericks have said Kristaps Porzingis isn't untouchable, mainly because they aren't impressed with his defense. And I want to say I don't believe they're going to trade him at least this season or this offseason. I feel like they're going to give him at least another year and a half, maybe even 2 years before they do anything. And I believe they'll bring in another person to help with the defense. And it comes down because if you look at their offensive rating, they have 132.2 offensive rating, which is the 11th best in the entire league. And then it goes to a defensive rating, which is the 26th best in the entire league. And that's really where you think their man Kristaps Porzingis was to help. And they're also the 29th best rebounding team in the league with only 42.5 rebounds per game, which is pretty terrible because a lot of the better teams are closer to 70. So it's wild. And they're shooting at 46% from the floor as a whole team. And the team's really good, but it's just they can score, they can do what they need to do on the offense side, but they don't do it at a high level where they don't have to play defense. They do it at a really good level, but their defense is so bad that they can't keep up with it. And this is an awesome roster that obviously Luka is the one headlining it. I really like Willie Cauley-Stein and what he's doing as as a lob city finisher, essentially a guy who can be inside and a really good scorer. But Kristaps Porzingis, yes, he's getting blocks, but he just gets beat. He doesn't have the lateral quickness he once had, and nor did he have much of it. And if they could get a guy like JaVale McGee, and everyone don't roast me and just say like JaVale McGee's terrible. Like I think for what he can offer, he's similar skill set to Willie Cauley-Stein, but better at defense and not as good as on offense. And I'm saying Willie Cauley-Stein's insane on offense. It's just out of the two, Willie's better. And another guy is like Andre Drummond. And Andre Drummond would help on the rebounding part to make him one of the better rebounding teams in the league. And I know a lot of people will say that Andre Drummond's actually not a good defender, even though his stats may look like it at the steals and blocks, which aren't really good indicators. In general, he's not really known as a good defensive player. And I can't say anybody from free agency because everyone in free agency is pretty terrible unless you want to see Thon Maker, Ian Mahimi go in there. Ian Mahimi's a guy who can help with defense and rebounding, but there's really not much there. And they're not going to bring back 38-year-old Tyson Chandler or Joakim Noah. So John Henson's the guy they could go if they want to go the free agent route, but Drummond's probably going to get bought out and they could bring him in there. But the rest of the team's been very fun to watch. And there's been some pleasant surprises. I really like Jalen Bronson. I've always been a fan. I would love for them to get another shooter. So Josh Richardson could be told, don't worry about shooting, just play really, really, really good defense. And I know Tim Hardaway is a great player. He's a great shooter. So Dorian Finney-Smith is a role player who I think is playing more minutes he should. I think if they could get a guy playing Dory Finney-Smith's minutes and Dory Finney-Smith's playing 20-25 minutes off the bench instead of 30 minutes and starting, I think that would be better. And that's just my opinion. Tell me if you guys agree. I just think Dory Finney-Smith would be better off the bench than starting. And that they would just need to trade for something. This team's really good top from bottom. They have young guys like Josh Green, Tyrell Terry, Tyler Bay, Nate Hinton are fun to watch. And Dwight Powell, he hasn't been working. I really just think they need another center or a guy rebounding and another power forward or a forward to help with the shooting. And because they lack that shooting from Seth Curry that they lost from Seth Curry. So there's that. So that's what I gotta bring up about the Dallas Mavericks. I would love to hear what you guys think about them so far. It's been an interesting year for them. It's been kind of sad because it's supposed to be really good, but they haven't been. And yeah, so I want to hear your guys' opinion. I think they'll still make the playoffs, and I know it hasn't been impressive with a 14-5 being the ninth seed in the Western Conference, but I still think they'll make the playoffs. They play Boston tonight. Rick Carlisle's a great coach. I just think they need to figure out the defense, and obviously they're not going to be winning a title anytime soon, but hey, let's just get everything ready for the next year or so everything falls into peace. But I gotta go to class. online via Zoom. So, peace.